mean, I've lost count past 100, but it would be close to 150, perhaps 170. And I'm so happy with the success that I've been able to achieve with those patients, those clients.
I went from $179 an hour to $500 an hour in one weekend, and I saw what it did for me. I saw the value in what I was offering to people, and so lifestyle change. It's you work 2 days a week, and where other people have to do the 5 days. Good lifestyle.
I've now seen just over 100 clients, and I just love what I do.
A few months ago I made the decision to actually leave my job and move into this full time, and I've seen probably about 130, 140 clients now, and I love that clients walk out the door on cloud nine, just knowing that they're a non-smoker. And probably one of the best things that ever happened was at the end of the session I asked my clients if they have any cigarettes, get them to throw them out, and this fella had left his cigarettes on my desk, and I said, do you have any cigarettes? And he was fishing through his wallet to pay me, and he said, oh, there's those, but they're not mine, I don't smoke.
Okay, so at the moment I'm working, say, 2 days per week on the quit smoking, which offloads me and gives me a lot of time to devote to other interests I have, which are in the property investment arena.
In November I did the course, had my first client by February, and thoroughly enjoying working as a quit specialist. I just have found it so rewarding to be able to help people and make a difference in their lives. There's nothing better than getting the emails from clients of thank you. My background actually is a pharmacist, believe it or not. I worked for many years in the pharmaceutical industry in sales, so it's been a big change, but for me what I love is that I'm now able to better balance my work with my busy family life. So thank you QC.
I originally did the quit program about 3 years ago, and over that time I've seen probably a few hundred people, and I've helped them out to change their lives for the better and become non-smokers.
Now, I did the June training last year, and before that I was a naturopath, not quite getting as much work as I'd like. In fact, I was actually, receiving benefits, and I found out about this. And as a naturopath, I've always wanted to help people quit smoking, but never had a lot of success, and I knew I had to do this training. Now, bear in mind, I didn't actually get my training going until August because I was doing other things, but on the 27th of August I had my first $1,000 day, and just on the way over here today I booked in another 2 clients on the train. So next week I have 5 more clients, the week after I have 4 clients, the week after I have 3 clients, never mind the other people I still need to get back to. So now about 50% of my business is coming through back-end referrals, and it's so easy, you don't need to try. Essentially, this system is so good because it's given me an amazing opportunity to help people. The best part about the whole thing is when people emerge out of the hypnosis, tell me that they don't want a cigarette, and they hand me their cigarettes without me even having to ask for it. And they stay that way. And it's just such an amazing thing to have access to and to be offered. I am so grateful. Thank you so much.
As well as giving up a great job that I had for 16 years, we've also fulfilled one of my dreams, which is moving up to live near the ocean, which I love, and it's allowed me the freedom on a beautiful day to take time off and go and catch waves, which is my passion and my love.
It was about 5 years ago that I went and did Quit Cigarettes in 60 Minutes program to become a specialist with hypnosis. I've got a background in natural therapies, and I know how bad smoking is for people, and one of the most powerful things I think you could do is, if you want to get truly healthy, is to actually quit cigarettes. It's a great start. So I was really interested in finding out that you can actually, there's a very high success rate with this system. So 5 years ago, as I said, I went off and got qualified as a quit specialist, and it's changed my life. Changed my life in a couple of ways. I think for me personally, the satisfaction of knowing that in 1 hour I add on average 13 to 16 years onto a person's life. And as I say to my clients, in that 1 hour I have the privilege to be the chosen one, if you like, that they've picked to help them get that extra 13 to 16 years of life.
I can actually go out and afford to buy things that I want to whenever I want to buy them, and this is just 5 months into it. I can't wait till I get about 6 to 12 months down the track.
I've seen about 300 clients, and I love my business.
I've seen over 100 people, and I think I've had less than a handful of people ever come back for a second session, which I think is phenomenal.
was a great return on investment. I'm all about return on investment. Won't do anything if I don't see the money coming back. So look, it's been great. Own boss, don't have to put up with incompetent managers, lazy employees, buck passing, all that stuff that I'm now gladly left behind. So it's great. Look, like George says, it's a blueprint to move above and beyond and follow your dreams, So it's great to be able to work just a couple of days a week and spend the time and money pursuing, my real big dreams,
My income I was already on a 6-figure income and it's doubled. And that happened pretty much from the moment that I graduated 5 years ago. I followed the system pretty much 100%. I've put in a couple of little things that work for me, still within the broad spectrum structure that I was taught by Quantum Change. And I wholeheartedly recommend it to anyone who's serious about making a difference and adding value, massive value, to people's lives and to their own life. And so I totally commend it to do it.
Hey, so it's now end of October 2010. I attended the Quit Cigarettes in 60 Minutes Specialist Training in November last year in Sydney. Pleased to say that on June 30 this year I retired from work and I'm now a Quit Cigarettes in 60 Minutes Specialist, helping many people change their lives by becoming a non-smoker. I earn great money. The $1,000 a day, most people think is unrealistic. I actually find it undervalued because I'm making a lot more than that. I work 2 to 3 days a week. My wife no longer has to work. I get to see my kids, I go to their school, all their functions. Completely changed my life and I couldn't recommend it anymore.
I completed the course in November 2009 and I was absolutely stoked. I was convinced that I would be able to make the system work for me. So anyway, I made my first, I think it was $1,200 after about 3.5 weeks. I aligned myself with a medical centre and they clearly weren't able to make their patients stop smoking as a result of medications and other alternatives. So they were happy to give me a go, and when they saw how successful my program was, the referrals just kept coming through. I then aligned myself with the natural therapies clinic and it was all very convenient because my husband was made redundant from his job, and the next thing I knew is I was starting to then earn the money that both of us were bringing in together, actually a little bit more than that. So I became a very lucky girl. My family became very lucky, and the only challenge then was getting my husband back to work. But anyway, it's been a successful outcome for me and I recommend everybody do it.
Okay, so it's now end of October 2010. I attended the Quit Cigarettes in 60 Minutes Specialist Training in November last year in Sydney. Pleased to say that on June 30 this year I retired from work and I'm now a Quit Cigarettes in 60 Minutes Specialist, helping many people change their lives by becoming a non-smoker. I earn great money. The $1,000 a day, most people think is unrealistic. I actually find it undervalued because I'm making a lot more than that. I work 2 to 3 days a week. My wife no longer has to work. I get to see my kids, I go to their school, all their functions. Completely changed my life and I couldn't recommend it anymore.
Hi, it's Roberta from QC Seminars. I'm here at the beautiful Byron at Byron Bay with David Lucas, one of our Quit Cigarettes in 60 Minutes specialists. I'm just on my way to Brisbane to start the NLP series kicking off in Brisbane and catching up with David, and he's got some great news. He's just seen his 102nd client, so he's made it into our 100 plus club in a record time of only 7 months. So David, right. So David, do you want to share a bit of your story and your experience with the program and what's that meant for you and your lifestyle?
I'd love to. This program has been absolutely amazing. I mean, 7 months ago I was struggling on the dole, a naturopath with an incredible array of knowledge, unable to live in this beautiful environment that we're here now. Here I am sitting here with Roberta, just kicking back, having a latte, talking about how great life is, and it's all because of the amazing opportunity that you guys have been able to offer through the Quit Cigarettes program. I mean, the lifestyle is possible because we're able to help people, quit cigarettes and save a lot of money and improve their lifestyle as well. I mean, it is such an amazing buzz for me to do these sessions and help people become non-smokers, reward them, they reward me financially. I mean, it is such an amazing win-win situation. 102 clients in 7 months. In fact, the next 2 clients I'm seeing this afternoon were friends from a job I used to work with before. So to see everything come full circle like that really puts things into perspective of how far I've come. And if you're wanting to help people and you really want to make an amazing difference to people's lives, this course is for you. It is totally amazing. Roberta, thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's so nice catching up with you too.
Yeah, it's great catching up with you, and congratulations again
Thank you.
in our 100 Plus Club. Well done.
Thanks.
Here. So Maureen, let's pass on the microphone to you. Maureen, how many clients do you see each week, and how much do you charge?
I charge $495.
Yeah.
I have a special rate for pensioners and students, which is a $50. So it's $445.
Mm-hmm.
I actually had a call yesterday. I spoke to a couple yesterday, and she asked me, "Do you do a special rate for couples?" And I said, "Yes, I do." So I said the first one pays $495 because I've gone before and given them a discount for the first one, but then the next one doesn't come in, so you're losing. So I said full rate for the first one and then $395 for the second one, which means they just still get the $50.
And how many clients do you typically see a week? Like on average, how many do you see?
On average, I'd be really disappointed if I wasn't seeing 6. Next week I've got 11 booked in.
11.
So
11. So $2,000 a week, that sounds more like $5,000, doesn't it?
But it's lovely. I just love what I do. I love when I first started doing this, I really didn't have the confidence I should have had or in the system. And, people would finish and, "Are you a non-smoker?" Yeah. And I used to think, "Oh, this is a real miracle. How can we do it in an hour?" And then as I've gone along, I've just got a natural expectation. They will be a non-smoker at the end of it, but you've really got to have confidence in yourself and confidence in the system. It really does work, and it's so exciting. And I guess the proof is the very first client has sent people back to me, like it's happened with David.
Yeah.
And when they've got people coming back, because you don't hear from them. Once they've gone, they've gone. Except I've got one very special lady that I will mention, who's here at the moment, who's one of my quick clients. And that's Claire, and was just delighted to see her. Yeah, stand
That's
up, Claire.
wonderful.
Let everybody see her. So it's just lovely to see the people again, because we just don't. This is the sad part about our business.
Yes.
We only see them once, and that's it.
That's it.
So I just love to see them again, and but it's a wonderful. It's something that I've just long to do, and having that contact with people. I've been a foster carer for 10 years, and my communication has mainly been with children, so I've been in a bit of a desert as far as communicating with adults. So so every time I take far too long with each client because I love chatting to them. But you build that rapport, and it's just really great. I just love it.
Sarah, how long have you been doing the program? Because it's been how long for you now?
Since November 2011. 2007.
2007, right. And what is the program meant for you, the business, when you work with your clients? What has it meant for your life?
Just life-changing. I actually quit on the course. And
that's fantastic.
Yeah. And Roberta probably doesn't know this, but I didn't do the course to learn how to do quit. I actually did it to learn how to market my other business.
Yeah.
And I was so sold on it, within about 3 hours, I decided that's what I wanted to do and was committed to doing. I'd had 4 family members die of lung cancer, and I nursed them all, and I didn't quit. Wow. So just that alone, just stacked up the reasons for me to do it. And the biggest challenge I had in my other business was actually charging a reasonable amount of money. I had some mentoring and was told I needed to niche my market and I needed to charge more. And Quit gave me that. Within 3 months, I was charging $495 and 100% congruent with it.
Wonderful.
And that's still today, when people ask me the price, I feel fabulous saying it's $495.
Yep.
And you know what? People say, gee, that's really reasonable. I'm talking about referrals. I helped a lady who was from a really small community, about 300 people, and her whole community was absolutely astounded. And I have had 27 referrals from this one lady.
That one person. Fantastic. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, if any of you want to totally change your life in the most positive way and take control of your life and earn as much or as little money as you want. I don't work all year, I work 36 weeks a year. Yeah. I did my business plan based on that because I was working about 90 hours a week for not very much. So that's actually created freedom for me.
That's beautiful. So you have all of that time off to, what do you do when you have your time off?
The training.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, training and consultancy and playing, having a good time.
Beautiful. That's wonderful, Sarah. And what has it meant for you, David, like for your life? You know, you touched on how you were, struggling before you did the QUIT program.
Well, look, before I did do the QUIT program, I went for a very long period of chronic fatigue. I got out of that, and then I was like, really struggling to get myself back up, and then finally, I found out about the Success Summit. I just had this intuition. I said, I'm either going to find out about something or it's going to point me to something else. And as soon as I saw this, light bulbs went off, and I just said, let's do it. And I was just wagging that tail I didn't realise I had way before I even came to the training. And I was just so psyched. I went back, 30-day action plan. I got it set up in 21 days. 2.5 weeks later, I saw my first 2 clients, a mother and a son, and they were just totally rapt about becoming non-smokers. And like I said, I went from $250 to $350, and you got $1,000 in your hand, and it's really cool.
And that was the first day you saw clients. David had a first $1,000 day, the first day he actually saw clients. Isn't that awesome? Yes.
Yeah, look, it's absolutely wonderful, and it's really just a matter of having that absolute belief in yourself when you do that you're not going to walk out that door unless you're a non-smoker. That's it.
Yeah.
And it's great. And it's amazing how many people have actually been surrendering cigarettes to me unsolicited. So what I'm doing now is I've got this little trash basket. It's about half full of cigarettes. When it's full, that's when I'll start throwing out the excess.
Yeah.
So it's like, there's my trophy cabinet.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thanks, David.
Hello, I'm Gloria Warren from Central Queensland, Gladstone. I attended the Quit Cigarettes in 60 Minutes last year in November, and from then onwards I had a step-by-step system that is easy to follow, and right on the last day itself, as soon as the seminar ended, I have an actual proper client that was able to put all that I learned in one complete system and see my clients straight away. I took the system home, and there was ready-made public relations system, marketing system, and how and what to say to my clients. It boosted up my confidence totally. I have prior to that attended other NLP system, did even my master's in hypnosis, etc. But it wasn't so much of a hands-on technique or a hands-on system that I could use readily straight away, and I find that this system is very complete. It leaves nothing to doubt or nothing to guesses, and I was able to convert it into dollars and cents. The client is happy, I'm getting results, and I'm happy with the results I get, and I'm able to send my daughter to a fine private boarding school, which is very much a major concern for me. She's happy, I'm happy, and I have no hesitation in recommending anybody to do this Quit Cigarettes in 60 Minutes course.
Hi, I'm David Lucas, and I'm from Byron Bay, and I'm a Quit Cigarettes in 60 Minutes specialist. Now, I did the June training last year, and before that, I was a naturopath, not quite getting as much work as I'd like. In fact, I was actually, receiving benefits, and I found out about this. And as a naturopath, I've always wanted to help people quit smoking, but never had a lot of success, and I knew I had to do this training. On the 27th of August, I had my first $1,000 day, and just on the way over here today, I booked in another 2 clients on the train. So next week I have 5 more clients, the week after that I have 4 clients, the week after that I have 3 clients, never mind the other people I still need to get back to. So now about 50% of my business is coming through back-end referrals, And it's so easy, you don't need to try. Essentially, this system is so good because it's given me an amazing opportunity to help people. The best part about the whole thing is when people emerge out of the hypnosis, tell me that they don't want a cigarette, and they hand me their cigarettes without me even having to ask for it. And they stay that way. And it's just such an amazing thing to have access to and to be offered. I am so grateful. Thank you so much. Also, too, I'd like to touch on a few other things. The things that it's done for my lifestyle as well. I mean, I've gone from, having to, struggle just even to pay my credit card. Now I've almost got that paid off. I've got, 4-figure savings in my bank account now. I can actually go out and afford to buy things that I want to whenever I want to buy them. And, this is just 5 months into it. I can't wait till I get about 6 to 12 months down the track. So 77 clients so far, plus about another 12 or 13 already booked in. It's great. I love what I do.
Hi, I'm Sharon. 2008, I connected with Quantum Change, and I'm glad I took that action because I'd done a seminar to quit cigarettes in 60 minutes. Best thing that ever happened to my life. Why? Because it allowed me to help people quit cigarettes, and that is over 600 people now in, just in a few years' time, and that allowed me to earn over $100,000 a year. That's financial freedom plus and more. There's so much more. It also allows me to help others, free services, because I do a lot of other therapies. So I can, when they come to see me, I can give free services or charge them whatever they feel comfortable with, what they can afford. That's my way of giving back to the community. And how awesome is that? It's just completely changed my life and more. It's the best thing that ever happened to me, just connecting with Quantum Change and taking that action.
You get to ask questions and we'll kick off. And then after this forum, so if you want to stand together. After this forum, we are going to do the Ho'oponopono forgiveness process, which is a lovely process. So, let's kick off. So, Karen, what has this business meant for you, for your life, your lifestyle?
Just put an ED again, just put something in front of it so it's blocked.
Okay, well, I did it 2 years ago. Wayne and I were in the same course. At the time, what was I doing? I was working full-time in the pharmaceutical industry. My background is a hospital pharmacist. And what I really wanted was freedom and control, and to be able to spend time with my kids and my husband. And whilst, I had a good profession that I was hoping would be able to provide me with all of those things, the harder you work, the more people expected from you. And I was I felt, thank you, on a treadmill. It was like a vicious cycle. And so my whole involvement with NLP was lots of serendipity, I guess. I've always been intrigued with the work of Tony Robbins from a young age, and never really known how to go about finding his courses. Didn't even really look, and I literally stumbled upon Quantum Change. It was recommended by somebody else I knew professionally, and as soon as I did it, I just knew that this sort of brought a lot of what I already knew, but brought it all together. And so at my very first prac training, I signed up for Master Prac because I couldn't get enough of it, and then quit was on offer. I had to make a really quick decision. Roberta will remember it, I'm sure. And I thought, I just, it was a big thing to go away from my husband and family for the weekend. It was a lot of money. Will I, won't I? And it was a big decision, and one that I couldn't have been a better decision. I did the course within 6 weeks, I think. It might have even been less, within 3 weeks of starting my NLP journey. So it was a lot of information all at once, and I was on a roll. And the one thing that I'm glad that I really did was jump right in. Like, I didn't sort of think, I've just got to sit and assimilate it all and take it all in. I just kept going with momentum, and to anybody else who've done that, I'm not sure if they would be words of success that you would share with others, but I've got lots of friends and colleagues who haven't continued that momentum and have sort of gone by the wayside. So just took massive action, made that commitment, made that decision to do that. And so to answer Roberta's question, what has it meant? Well, it meant that I did the course in November, of course, came to Christmas. I resigned from my full-time job in February and was working roughly 2 to days a week, but you know, it does a bit of this, you know, and then you have these huge weeks. I can remember coming to do Master Prac in the July, and every break, you know, having to step out there 10 calls, and I had my biggest day after that. I saw 6 people one day. I wouldn't recommend it. That was a learning in itself, but you know, ebbs and flows, but just taking massive action. And for me, I do it, well, when I say I do it when I want, I'm still learning that because I'm too obliging towards my customers, and if they want to see me at 7 o'clock at night, I do it, but I'm learning from Wayne to charge for that pleasure. But what I'm loving is the one-on-one with the clients and having the ability to make a massive change for them in their lives. And for me, that is what it's all about. In fact, I would do it for free because it is for me so rewarding. I don't. I charge $495, and I feel that they are getting amazing value for $495.
Yes.
And not only do they quit cigarettes, but they learn lots more about themselves and about taking charge of their life and taking control. So that's what they get, and in return I get the reward of helping them financially. Of course, it is rewarding as well. I think that every cent I've earned I've put back into my own education, but that's my choice because I want to get better and better at what I'm doing.
And what about the trip to Egypt? What happened? Share that. How you?
Well, that was also my very first prac course. I had a dream from, what is the equivalent here, grade 8. I can remember doing an assignment on Egypt and thought, what day am I going to go to Egypt? And so when Roberta first presented Egypt and the pictures and everything, like, oh, I've got to do this. I've got to do this. But again, it was, oh gosh, how? You know, how am I going to do that? It was a commitment financially, and we're a family of 5. I would never do it just on my own. It was to have been a family thing. And so we just made a commitment there and then that yes, I was going to do it. In fact, I never told Calvin.
It was a surprise.
I didn't tell Calvin until last Christmas. You know, because of course financially, it meant an outlay, and I had to be sure that I had my ducks in a row.
And that came from the Quit business, didn't it? So the Quit business funded this amazing family trip.
Yeah. And so I told Calvin last Christmas, because we'd go camping every Christmas, and he was planning our next trip. And I said, oh, I'm not too sure. It's getting expensive.
Money.
No, not Egypt, the camping. Oh,
Yeah.
it's getting expensive, and what if we end up going to New Zealand? Anyway, so I told him, and it's very exciting. So for a year, the family have all been excited about the potential of this. It is just awesome. So I'm very grateful for all of the opportunities that have been presented, and I guess it's not about opportunities presenting themselves, because they're everywhere. Everywhere you look, there are opportunities, and you only need to put up your hand and somebody will show you another one. But it's what you do with it.
Wayne, how about you?
I'm from little old Wodonga. I don't know how these guys got my number. Someone's obviously sold them a list and with an email or, because I never knew what NLP was, never heard of it. And it was like double the price. And I looked at it from a business perspective, and for me, being a smoker of 60 a day, like I've quit since 2000, to help it pay back was good. And it was double the price, and I rang up and booked, which it was like half the cost with serious, and so getting better. So Quit for us it's my pleasure. It's paid for 5 of us to be here. We have other stuff we do for wealth creation. This is the fun money, the holiday money. So, we do 4 to 5. I just book them in on a Friday after hours, $7.50. So, and people are happy to pay that.
Yeah.
It is. It's like the morning before we left, I need a bit more cash for Egypt. Still a couple more clients. It's like a tap. You just turn it on and off. And
Stop the video. Stop the video.
So $700 you charge each person. Yeah.
After hours, $500 normally.
Fantastic.
What do you call after hours? Like from 6 or something?
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock.
That's great. It's a lifestyle business. Yeah, it's a lifestyle business.
And a lot of times I can give up a Saturday morning for the kids. Like if I've got to give that up, then they're going to pay.
Yeah, fair enough.
Otherwise, I just can book it in during the day. It's not my problem, it's theirs. So.
And they're happy to pay.
They're happy to pay.
you've got to keep the momentum going. So, be whatever, just do something every week to keep that going. And if you're just starting off, we just held on the nostrils and jumped in the deep end and shit yourself and stuffed up. First few. I mean, get to the end, go colour red, and I thought, oh no, I missed a few spots there, but they don't know because they're asleep. So just go back and some weird stuff happens now.
You advertising away?
I do a classified ad, and the headline's "Quit Cigarettes in 60 Minutes," which is in bold red. So
it's all the things that we give you.
It's a grabber. Since I put the web address as well as the phone number in the classified ad, that set numbers higher because a lot of people don't want to call because they feel embarrassed or whatever. Here they can just go to the website and then, cool, that's for me.
Yeah.
And come back. We do postcard, letterbox drops sometime. Smoko shops. Yeah. Just got to do something.
Fantastic.
So, and I just choose to do 1 day a week. Because it's,
Lifestyle.
So, Egypt this year, next year's
Greece. And you've done the $1 Million as well. What would you say to someone who's thinking of that?
Yeah, which was called the Biggest Bike Training.
Yep.
I had no idea. They just offered it. You get a book. Cool.
You get to co-author George's book.
Book with your picture on it. I didn't care what else was in there. I just want to be on a book. Everything we've heard is like, you got to write a book. I couldn't bother writing a book. Here's it's done. So just get a picture on the front. So, but then I actually got to the training. That was a whole different story. Like the modules was fantastic. Another day I talk in front of 80 business people at Gold Coast in August. How am I going to do? Anyway, just looked at the big white stuff. There was the work-life balance thing. Just pulled the slides out of that. Dropped it in. Checked them. Give them the workshop and book and it's easy. Hour and a half, just it's done.
It's done.
And you've created a coaching program around it as well, haven't you? That you're about to launch.
E-course, which is a part of our funnel, which will bring them in, so everyone will get that for Christmas present, and
fantastic.
Shoot it up. But it's just everything's so easy. And looks like I'm going to spend a bit more money today.
Wonderful. Tell us about your journey.
Before I talk about Quit and my journey here, I'd just like to say thank you to every single one of you here, every person that's here sharing this trip in Egypt, because you people here are at least as good for me as what I've been seeing in the temples and everywhere else. If I could go to the temples on my own, I wouldn't have this group of people here if I did any otherwise. So thank you. Now, I just wanted to talk a little bit about the seed, because that really resonated with me when Roberta was talking about the seed. Now, I'm a physiotherapist, and I remember so clearly the first seed that led me to coming and ending up doing Quit. I was working as a physio student at the Princess Alexandra Hospital in the respiratory ward. Now, if anyone's gone to a respiratory ward with people with emphysema, you will never smoke again, okay? Your whole job, it's called a productive cough. Okay, it sounds like a business term, but the whole idea of a productive cough is to get all the crap out of their lungs. And you have to do it twice a day. It's absolutely horrible. And you get some lovely people there who are dying of this thing. They might have even stopped smoking years ago. And I remember this one man so clearly because he was in ICU, and I would come to him every day as a student, and he would say to me, don't smoke. He'd say, don't smoke, don't do it, never do it. He couldn't stop it, but he was always telling me, don't do it. And I thought, mate, I've got no intention of ever doing it. But this was this really clever guy, and his doctor would come in every day and tell him to give up smoking, okay? And he said, if you don't give up, you're going to die. And this guy did die, okay? He died from the cigarettes. And I always wondered, I said, why? Why do these people do it? Why are people doing it? It didn't make any sense to me. All the medical training I'd had, I thought it was just a lack of knowledge. I thought, okay, we just need to tell people more about what smoking does and how bad it is for them. And it doesn't work, okay? If smoking really was that easy to give up, smokers know how bad smoking is. They might not be acknowledging it, but it's not coming into it. Okay, so that was where the first seed came to. Now, I knew a therapist who'd done the Quit training with these guys about 4 years ago, and she's one of my close friends. I really trusted her. And much as I love you guys, I had to hear it from someone that I knew personally as well. And I asked her, I said, does it work? And she said to me, yeah, it really does. And she was saying that she was getting about a 70% success rate. And the reason hers was actually a little lower, interestingly, is she changed some of the systems you guys do. And since I actually did the training and I came back with some of the information I've done, her rate's gone up again. Great. So it's anyone who does the Quit, stick to it. Just stick with the model until you've been doing it for a little while. So anyway, I asked her, did it work? And she said, yeah, it did. Okay. Now, I was faced with a real dilemma there because it was a case of all this money I had to come up with. Now, I'll be dead honest, I haven't put this on the testimonial. I really, really thought when I went down to the training that I was going to cancel the course. Okay. So I went that day because I'd had a whole lot of negative people in my ear the day before saying, cancel this course, it's too much money, you've got a tax debt. Put it towards the tax debt, you've got a family on the way, all this sort of stuff. Okay, so we're trying to have kids and everything. And I thought this is way too much money. But I knew there was something in me that said this is something I need to do. So I got down to Sydney. On the whole flight down, I was thinking, I'm going to come up to him in the break, I'm going to ask for my money back, my $300, whatever it was. And I said, no, I'm just going to wait, I'm just going to wait. Okay, and I'm so glad I did. I went off for a little walk down the park, and I said, this is where I'm supposed to be. Okay, I knew it on the heart level. And this is something I'd say to anyone. Sometimes you'll have people around you who will say to you, just listen to that part of yourself that wants to do that. And it really was the best decision I ever did, doing the quit. And I'm so grateful to you guys for all the support you've done. I've seen about 80 smokers now who've given up. And yeah, I don't know who's more happy at the end of this session, me or them. Okay, I just pass after doing it. So it's really, really good. So any questions about quit, please now or any other time.
Whereabouts do you show your patients?
Where do I see them? Well, I'm kind of a bit of a nomadic physiotherapist. I work out of quite a lot of different places, so different clinics. They teach you all about that in the training anyway, about what sort of location to go from. Nice quiet places, usually professional offices, that sort of place, but I don't do any after hours. I'm a bit shocking with that. I just value my time too much. Even for $750 I probably wouldn't do it after hours, so yeah.
Fantastic. And you've also done $1 Million Speaker?
Yes, I have, yes.
And what was your experience with that? What would you say
Well,
to people thinking about it?
Yeah, again, planting seeds. I knew I was going to do $1 Million Speaker when I first did NLP prac, and so I did Toastmasters all year to prepare for it because I wanted to get better at talking with groups of people. But what was interesting with Toastmasters is it's absolutely fantastic. I highly recommend it to anybody, but it was all about entertainment, theatrics, tonality, physiology, and I'd hate to say it, but most people who get up very high levels of Toastmasters probably couldn't do a paid presentation if their life depended on it. So it's, no, I mean, I'm not being mean. It really, most of the people in Toastmasters tell you that too. If you asked them how many of them done a paid presentation, they'd say no. So I only just recently did $1 Million Speaker. That's going to be my big business next year, doing speaker training. I hope to work with Roberta and QC a bit with that as well, because my absolute passion, I've been getting really good results with clients for years doing some things I've worked out. And I want to learn how to actually teach other therapists some of those techniques as well. And it's something, hopefully, it will end up being a lot more therapists end up doing things like NLP, because I think it is the future for communication, for working with clients and getting better results. And gone are the days where it's just like, you know it, that's enough. You know, I'll say it, hopefully the client will get it. You know, those days are gone. You know? Good, I'm glad they're gone. Yeah.
Spread the word.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. Lolly.
I was plodding along as a clinical hypnotherapist, and with the recession, everything business was a bit slow, and so I wanted to kickstart my business life. And I had two colleagues in Melbourne, Pam LaCourse and Caroline Thesputis, I think. Yes. Yeah, who were quick graduates and had been doing it for a couple of years. And they said that this is amazing stuff, it's great, go do it. So with their recommendation and upliftment, I did. And I suppose if I didn't know them, I would have thought maybe it's one of those things that are too good to be true. But it's absolutely amazing. And it has just changed my life. And so I just feel my life is expanding and expanding rather than just living in a little tiny narrow path. And I'm really excited about it. As the other practitioners were saying, it's just so heartwarming to really do a session with someone and really feel that feeling of how you've just changed their life and their family's life. And you've just, you're setting out light to the whole planet and what you do, and then to be rewarded so amply, it's wonderful.
Wonderful. And you've also shared this with your family. Let the group
I
know
have.
about that.
I've got my son has trained as a quit therapist just in the last few weeks, and my sister has trained in July, and my other sister's going to do the training this year.
March.
Yeah, and my daughter-in-law. I just encourage everyone saying this is the best thing you'll ever find. It's a gift from God via Roberta and George. I mean, what wonderful angels they are. Yeah, doing an amazing thing for the planet. Like amazing.
And you're all doing such wonderful work, and that's what we need. We need more people to keep spreading this amazing knowledge and light.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And with the $1 Million Speaker training as well, a lot of the quick graduates are attracted to that business because they are both lifestyle businesses, and they find
find the one-on-one work very rewarding, and you're helping someone make such a profound change. You know, the day I quit smoking was one of the best days of my life, and that's why I put together this program, because I was a slave to cigarettes. I know what that's like. And I kept stopping for 3 months and then starting again, and stopping and starting, using just traditional NLP hypnosis. Then did a lot of research overseas and put together the different techniques. Dad added all the business, the marketing, all of that referral systems, and we put that together and gave it to the students to have a business. Because it's one thing to have the NLP knowledge, which is brilliant, and we want to keep sharing that. And that's why we give you the scholarship level. That's why we give you master practitioner and trainers at less than 50% anyone else that's doing it. Quit is what gives you a business. It gives you a lifestyle and an income like a professional. You can earn thousands of dollars a week, and your investment is so small compared to a traditional business. Traditional business is $50,000 to $100,000, and that's what we've been recommended to offer it for, like a franchise fee. And we haven't. We've kept it at a place where you can all all afford it if you want it. You can do it. And your return on investment, isn't it quick? Like you get your money back quickly, within sometimes weeks, a month, your whole investment back. I mean, I have not seen a business that you can do that in. Yeah? Thank you. Ray, tell us about your experience.
Well, I set a goal July last year. I had a total knee replacement, and I can't keep doing what I'm doing, which was supporting people with disabilities, not to the level that I could. So I wrote down my goal and put everything into it, and saw myself having something where just saw the money coming in, right? And then I thought, okay, well, where am I going to find this? So I just happened to pick up Nova once, and I sort of looked through, and there's Ted James, $4,000.
Yep, that's what everyone else charges.
It's a lot of money.
For the scholarship, for the practitioner level.
Yep. Turn the page, and there was QC. But it was towards the end of the month, and I thought, I'm not going to get into this. You know, it's going to be too late. You know, not at $97. You know. So I left it. Anyway, I happened to pick up a Nova, I think the first or second day that it came out the next month, and there they were again. So I rang up and I got into that. Went there and still had a bit of trouble, but Mark was great. He used to take my esky in for me so I could put my foot up and rest it, which was great. And then I thought, wow, quit cigarettes in 60 minutes. Having been a smoker, I didn't want anybody to go through what I went through personally in endeavouring to give it up, which I did. And I have told all my clients, I won't be here for 2.5 weeks because I'm going to Egypt, because this is my reward for having been a non-smoker for 7 years. And so, great. So, because that, I felt would encourage them to know, hey, what you can achieve. So I didn't go in the November, which I was supposed to, which is just as well, because I wouldn't have been able to get into the bath to have a shower at that stage, because the knee wasn't feeling so well. But I did it in June. April, yes. I did it in April this year.
Yes.
And I didn't do much to start off with, but I did sort of go through and sort of rehearse a lot and things like that with some people. And then I did masters, because I figured that I'd wait until I come back from masters. And so as of the 1st of August, I started, and I've just been going. I've seen just on 100 people since
100 people since August.
Since August.
How much do you charge, Ray?
Basically $4.95, but because of because of some advertising that I do, I give those particular people a $50 discount.
Yeah, beautiful.
I always tell them that they're getting a discount.
Yes.
I don't tell them that it's $4.45.
Yeah. Well done. And you're following the system. That's in our system, and we go through that in class. All the advertising, the gift vouchers, the discounts, everything that you need to attract the clients, to do the referral system, which is very, very powerful. So 100 clients since August, that's an amazing, fantastic effort. Yeah.
So Ray, what's your biggest influx of advertising been like for?
Well, I I looked around Perth and there were so many people advertising quit cigarettes in 60 minutes. I've got to do something different. So I actually advertise on a community radio station, which has a large audience, and it's been very good. But it means that my my net profit isn't as high as. But I figured that I'd do it for X amount of time, and but it's at first it wasn't really good because you got just a lot of people really just wanting to know a bit about what it was.
Right.
But now I get people who really want to quit.
Qualify,
Yeah.
And there are millions of smokers in Australia. 1 in 5, 1 in 6 people smoke. So even if there's a lot of practitioners, we need more of them, because this is a lifestyle business, and we show you how you can work 2-3 days a week and have a lifestyle and earn $100,000, $200,000, $250,000 a year part-time. So you're not on that treadmill, you're not working 5, 6, 7 days a week. And there are millions of people that smoke. So we're going to show you how to attract people and be as busy as you want to be. And it wouldn't matter if you had 10 people on the same street, because we show you how to get referrals come to you from your clients. So they're not going to go to anyone else, they're going to come to you because you've helped their friend. And that's the power of our system, is referrals. So you don't need to spend money on advertising. It's a back-end system where your business should be operating from back-end referrals. So thank you for sharing.
Now with the
the back
people
end.
that I've seen, they're actually really referring people to me now. Like one lady sent 4 people.
Fantastic.
And they've been to see me. So.
So what is that worth to you? We show you how one session is not just worth $495 for that one session, but it's worth $1,500 to $2,000 because of the referrals you get from that client. That is the power of this business. So for the really small investment that you're making, you know, we had one student that said, "I'm trading in a piece of gold for a gold mine." That is what this business is. It is an absolute gold mine. And you get the satisfaction of really helping other people as well as that financial reward and that lifestyle business, which is what it's all about. Thank you so, so much.
It's not just about getting up and going and doing something, it's about really helping people make positive changes in their life. And QC give you everything in this Quit Cigarettes in 60 Minutes program. To be able to do that, you just have to go out there and do it and enjoy every minute of it. So I recommend it to anyone who wants to take control of their life and make positive changes for themselves, and then have that extend to other people and have a really rewarding career, working less and earning more.